one group of Edomites versus the other.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we saw last night.
Yeah.
Okay, there might have been some Jakes mingled among that shit, because you know some of them Irish go back to our people, man.
Some of the Russians too.
And some of those Russians as well, man. Khabib might have been a Jake, man. He was that was some gangster shit he pulled last night, man.
For real. Without that fence like that, we all know about Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
But still, the world that's not what the image is of the world. The image of the world is white on white.
That was white Russians versus, you know, cocky ass Irish, you know, which, you know, he's kind of Americanized, but you know, he has that Irish pride, you know, that Irish spirit. But it's still that tension between that American spirit versus the Russian spirit, man.
Right.
All right.
Quickly, bro. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be burning and fuel of fire. That's going that noisome pestilence is gonna create that burning and fuel of fire.
Yep.
And that's the same thing we got to get safe from. The same thing that's going to destroy these places and you people. That's
go back.
Psalm 91, verse 4. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
Like come up hither.
Come into my chamber.
Come into my chambers. Come into my bosom.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me protect you.
Protect you in my wing.
Yep.
All right. That's for the elect. Continue.
Under his wings shalt thou trust. His trust shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day.
Hey, we just read in Psalm 7, he ordained the arrows against the prosecutors, man. The instruments of death. That's talking about the missiles. Okay? Read that part again.
Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day.
Yeah, you ain't gonna be afraid. Why? Because the Lord's gonna deliver you from it.
Right.
Talking about the Lord's chosen. You the elect of the nation of Israel. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and natives, man. Those of you that return back to the Lord in spirit and truth and seek him 10 times more. Okay? Coming out here on the highways and byways and giving your body as a living sacrifice, man, showing forth your faith. Those are the men that's going to be delivered from the said perils. Pursuant to what 2nd Ezra 9, man.
Right.
You're going to be saved by your works and by your faith where you believed.
Yeah.
All right? Go ahead.
Verse 6. Nor the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Yeah, because of the waster that he created to destroy. The waster to destroy, man. All right? We're going to be delivered from that, man. Lord willing, we those men. That's why we out here, man. We want to be delivered from that. We want the Lord's mercy, man. We want to be saved from his wrath. We don't want to be a part of that blood that rises toward the horse's bridle, man.
Right.
We don't want our blood spilt in that.
So what do? We come out here and show our faith by doing these works. It takes both.
Yeah, man. Hey, really, before we even get the glory in the kingdom and all that good stuff, we're gonna need the mercy.
Right.
We gotta hope that the Lord have mercy on us to deliver us, so He can give us the kingdom.
We still filthy. We're not white yet. We're willing to be part of LA.
Hey, because there's no, like it says in Revelation, there's no glory in having part in the second death, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no glory in that, man. I don't care if you know that. Oh, well, I'm an Israelite, and I'm gonna come back anyway and be born with a gold spoon in my mouth.
Brother Polite tried to say that. Well, I'm twice. Oh, demons. Oh, I got demons on me.
Hey, Donald Trump is their savior.
Last hope.
That's their last hope.
Last hope, man. Hey, we're gonna make America great. The Lord is gonna make America great. Great destruction.
Great fire.
Right?
Thermonuclear weapon fire.
Great as an example of his wrath. All right? And Donald Trump is 80 now. Thank you, Donald Trump. I forgot I was going to say. Damn, demon. You got it, bro.
Yeah, go back.
Verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right side.
You know why? Because we're going to watch that happen from in the chariots. Man, look at all them people dying over there. Look at all them people dying over there.
We're gonna see that in the destruction that's coming to America. The race riots, the pestilence, the famine. It's gonna be
You're gonna
people.
witness a lot of death.
Yeah, it's gonna be people out in the streets dead. Like I said, it's gonna be like dung in the street. Ain't nobody there's nobody to come bury them. All right, and we
You
like
slow down and bury somebody, you next.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be mass death out here on these streets in America, and then the second death with the nuclear fire and the chariots,
Clean
the
all that
concentrated
shit
fire.
up.
Yeah. All right, back to it.
1,000 shall fall by thy side, 10,000 by thy right hand, and 10,000 by thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
his
like it
elect.
says in was that Job 5, I will deliver you from 6 troubles.
Yeah. 7 shall not touch.
7 shall not touch you, because the Lord is he's going to have us in under the protection or the hedge of the angels.
That's right. It says
Okay.
Michael, shall Michael stand up for
Yeah.
my children.
Yep. Because there's going to be major destruction all around us, man. Everywhere we turn our eye to, we're going to be seeing nothing but wasteness, destruction. Bodies dropping. People getting killed, rolled down. Esau using his tanks, rolling over people, crushing people. All right?
Live
Shooting
or dead.
torpedoes into buildings.
Yep.
All right? You're going to be seeing project buildings get explode and burn down.
Yeah.
All type of shit gonna be happening all over, man. You know,
All
But-
types of negativity.
and we're gonna have to be delivered from that. The Lord gonna have to keep us a straight way, man.
Job chapter 18, verse 14 to 15. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
And that brimstone is what? The missiles, as well as the fire from the chariots, man. That's gonna be his habitation. Okay, that's gonna be his habitation. He's gonna inherit nuclear fire. Okay.
We out here live right now. Bro, we out here live right now. You just made a comment about how to get in contact with us. We out here on Vegas and Ogden right now.
Yeah.
All right?
Downtown.
Downtown. A block north of Fremont Street.
Yep.
So hey, it ain't no excuse, man.
That's a car right up here.
God. Yeah, read that again, bro.
Job 18 and 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Hey, that means what? That pride is going to be brought low. When he finally meet the king of terrors, that pride is going to go out the window. That same pride that have deceived thee, talking about Edom, the Lord's going to cast that down. You ain't going to have the same confidence that you got now, man. The whole military, you put your confidence in your military, you put your confidence in your witchcraft, you know, and your riches, your wealth. All that is going. It's not going to be to. It's going to be to no avail for you. All right. All you're going to see is destruction that you can't put off. Go ahead.
It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation. His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish.
Hey, that means what? A branch represents your lineage, your family.
Right.
So
We call it family tree.
Yeah.
That's where that comes from, boy.
Yep.
His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street. Yeah, that's spiritual, man. Because all these streets
Got his name on it.
got, his Edomite names.
And that's not just talking about these streets. That's everywhere.
Yeah.
like Africa is named after a so-called white man, an Edomite.
Yeah.
Like that's how deep it goes. That's gonna be wiped out.
Real quick, get Psalms 12. no, slides. 52
What was that, bro?
and 5.
Can I read this next verse, Brother Michelle?
Yeah.
He shall be driven from light into darkness and chased out of the world.
Man.
52 and 12.
Yeah, 52 and 5.
So like I got Psalm chapter 52 verse 5. It says, "Why art thou cast down, O my soul?"
Psalms 52.
Salakia, that's it.
Yeah, 52 and 5.
What's the next one? Psalm 52 verse 5 says, "The Most High shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place,
Pluck thee out of thy dwelling place.
and root thee out of the land of the living."
Hey, and
Oh,
like we just read in Jeremiah, the Lord had placed the prophets to basically declare the uprooting and destruction of this wicked kingdom.
Yep. And the man that rules in this wicked kingdom.
Okay, so these are the things that the Lord's going to carry out, man, and we're just speaking it. All right, read that part again.
It says at the top of 5.
This is from our forefather King David. He's prophesying about his destruction. Go ahead.
It says, "The Most High God Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever. He shall take thee away and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place."
Everywhere where you dwell, man. All right, your whole setup, your whole rulership. All right,
Even the land of Israel.
the land of Israel, you dwell there. That's gonna
All that.
that's getting jacked up.
Yeah.
All of America is that's the main place. That's nobody's going. It tells you about the end judgment of this place, that it shall not be inhabited, neither dwelt in from generation to generation forever.
That's right.
That's the end game for America, man.
Yep.
Matter of fact, get that. There's plenty of those scriptures. Isaiah, Jeremiah, where it talks about it likens it to the destruction of ancient Sodom and Gomorrah.
You want me to keep this?
Hold that, and then you're gonna go right back to it. There's one in Isaiah 13, one in Isaiah 34th chapter, where it says it shall not be dwelt in forever.
Yep, Isaiah 34. Let's see what we're doing. Verse 2. Yep. Straight to the point is verse 10. It says, Isaiah 34 and 10. It shall not be quenched day nor night.
Start at like 7 or 8, and then read to
8. Verse 8. It says, "It is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompenses from the controversies of Zion."
For the controversy of Zion. All right, the Lord's gonna carry out this judgment against these nations for our sake.
So let me read verse 2 right here.
Yep.
Verse 2 it says, "For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations,
Yep.
and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter."
That's talking about that war in heaven. That's talking about the battle of Armageddon. All right, when Esau's fighting in this world's war, and right as it's about to become nuclear, because they're already gonna be. We're already seeing bits and pieces of it happening now. Where you got Iran shooting missiles on ISIS bases, and you got Russia sending their troops over there, and there's different preemptive strikes being carried forth. You're seeing World War III actually take place,
Right.
but it's gonna get to the point where they're gonna finally be like, you know what? Let's just resort to the last resort. Let's get these bad boys. Let's get them silos up.
Yep.
Let's get them missiles flying, man. All right, we can't let this whore, this beast, we can't let her continue to bully the earth like this.
Yep. It's only destroying.
We gotta destroy her, man.
Yep.
But as that is getting ready to happen, that's what's gonna cause the uprooting and the destruction of this place, as well as the Lord returning and actually sending fire and destroying their military over there, as he's also gathering his elect, man. The Lord's gonna be multitasking on this thing, man. It's gonna be so miraculous. You can't even really fathom how he's gonna do this, man. He's gonna be causing all this destruction and fighting with these nations while he's also delivering his elect. How the Lord gonna do that?
The Lord's all-knowing, man. The Lord's multitasking right now.
It's gonna be,
Yeah, he's got all these nations fighting against each other while he's still
gathering his elect.
gathering his elect.
Yep.
Just like when that day of the Lord comes, it's gonna be pandemonium in the streets. It's gonna be you're gonna have hurricanes, you're gonna have earthquakes. All of this shit's gonna be going on all at once. And Esau, we know when a natural disaster happens, Esau, okay, this happened, we're gonna rebuild. Esau's not gonna have a chance to rebuild. Like I said, we rebuild the
desolate places.
The desolate places. We're not gonna rebuild this place. This place is going down. It's all going down at once. All these things, this uprisings, the people, the famine, the pestilence, all that's going on gonna happen at once. So it's no recovery. The lifeline for this place is going to be destroyed. It's going to be taken out.
Yeah, go back. Go back.
Yep. Isaiah 34. 34. Where am I at?
Verse 7. 34 and 7.
Now I gotta read this, bro. Verse 3. Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall melt with their blood. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
And what Isaiah just describes, it's talking about when the final destruction happens, Esau's military, their fighter jets, everything that they was going to use to fight the Lord, it's all going to come down. Okay?
That's right.
All of it's going to come down. And he said he saw the heavens roll together as a scroll. He's describing the mushroom cloud.
That's right.
Okay? Because it looks like a scroll when you turn to the side and you close it and open it. It opens up just like the fire when you see the detonation and it comes up. And it basically looked like it's rolling out over the sky. Well, that's what he's describing. See, when the prophets, when they spoke in similitude, man. They would speak certain things that they understood back then. They were speaking about
with the terms they had.
With the terms that they had, and they were speaking in the likeness of something else, like a comparison.
Like the arrows and the missiles.
Go ahead.
Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, which we're talking about, right? Particularly.
And this brother just read that in Psalms, how he's gonna have that brimstone come down on him. And then was that in the 11th chapter? It says he shall upon the wicked, he shall rain fire and brimstone. This is their reward. Saying that's what that's talking about.
It shall come, behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon Idumea is the Greek way to say Edom.
Yep.
All right. We're just talking about the so-called white people, Edomites, right?
And it's gonna it ain't saying that it's gonna come down on Petra over there, right. the ancient the habitation of the Edomites. It's talking about your dwelling place right now. Right. Where are you Edomites at? You here in America. Okay? You also over there calling yourselves us in our holy land. You made that your dwelling place as well. All right? Go ahead.
So, and upon the people of my curse to judgment, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with fatness and the blood of lambs and goats and the fat of the kidneys of rams, and the Lord have they sacrificed in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Yeah, the Lord is likening the end destruction of Esau like a major slaughter, man. Okay, really, that's like an oblation to the Most High. When the Lord, in order to appease the Most High, he had to smell the aroma and smoke of certain animals.
Being killed and burned.
So this is basically the Lord. He's likened the destruction of Esau unto oblation, a sacrifice that's going to appease his wrath, man.
Right.
I'm satisfied at how I'm gonna destroy this devil. Okay, go ahead.
So, and the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion. And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
It's gonna become burning pitch. It's talking about the dwelling place of Esau.
Soot and ashes, man.
Okay, America.
That's right.
That's what he's gonna turn this place into, man. All right, because it says what? The smoke of her torment is gonna go up forever. Okay, and also over there in the Middle East, when Yahweh Shai destroyed those armies, when he sends that fire down from the chariots, Ezra said all he could perceive was the smoke. All he saw was ashes and smoke, man, because the armies of these other nations, they gonna get fired up on too. All right, hey, that Middle Eastern terrain over there, man, it's gonna get fucked up over there too, man. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, it shall not be quenched night nor day, the smoke thereof shall go up forever. From generation to generation it shall lie waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever.
Yep.
It says the torment.
So that means what? Nobody's gonna dwell there. And this was at one point. At one point, this man actually inherited these places and made it part of his empire, man. You know, at one point in time, he made this place the epicenter for his wickedness. He made it the epicenter